Still don't have an intro, so which one of you wants to give it a crack this time?
Turn.
It's
Is
James'
it my
it's
turn?
James's turn. It's very sombre.
Well, considering the film we just watched, I thought it was more appropriate than like full-on beatboxing.
I don't think you could do beatboxing.
Anywho.
Welcome to Films I Should Have Seen, the podcast in which we watch and discuss films that are either considered classics, highly regarded, or should really have just been on your watch list, which we may have missed in the past. My name is Ross. I'm here with my co-stars James.
Hello.
And Sean.
Ah, yeah.
Little bit of an update. We've had to change our recording equipment so that James didn't break his PC on transport, so the audio quality may not be as good, but we should be still pretty clear.
We shall see.
Yeah, I think we had to give it a test out.
We'll give it a test, and we'll maybe try this in other rooms. Obviously, we're in a fairly big room. The sound carries.
Yeah.
Smaller room might be
so
better.
There may be echo. It might just be Sean repeating what he's saying.
Saying.
Anywho, this episode we watched Good Will Hunting, which I had never seen, and
I had never seen.
Yeah, but you had.
I had. It was about a year ago, or within the past year, should I say?
Okay, so fairly recently.
So fairly recently, yes.
Okay. Well, usually ask what people thought, but I want to go first this time. I loved this movie. When it first started, for the first 10 minutes, I was a bit kind of on it, especially when they have that fight in the basketball court or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Didn't really rate it, was kind of on a bit of a downer. As it went on, I thought it was amazing. Thoroughly enjoyed it for the majority of the film.
I don't know.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, I think I'm still on the fence. It's a very powerful film.
Very thought-provoking.
Yeah, very emotional. There's a lot of emotions going on.
Yeah.
Between different characters. Mainly Will is involved in each one of the emotions, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm still a bit... I think it's one of them where if I watch it second time round,
you might pick up on
more.
and other things and appreciate it, yeah.
I thought Robbie Williams was...
Robin.
Very
different
as well.
Very different. Yeah.
That's what I'm here for, let me entertain you. No, I thought Robin was brilliant, and he always is. I mean, he is a great comic, but I think his better stuff is when he is serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because we'll get to that, but we might as well pick up on it now. Well, no. First of all, you have seen it before, James. Did you like it the first time you watched it?
I did like it the first time I watched it. I very much like yourself, Sean. It's a very powerful film, and like I say, it was sometime in last year I watched it, but I'm thinking more towards it was the 12 months ago bracket I watched it. So I think if I had watched it for the first time more recent, I would have there was things coming back to me about it and me thinking, oh, that's going to happen in a minute, and that's going to happen in a minute, but I'll just mention it now. I completely forgot the scene where Will and Skylar break up and how emotional that is. And when I watched it the second time, I was a bit like, "Oh God, this dude, dear,
yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't ready for that." But yeah, I still like it. I still really like it. I think it's good. We don't get many films like that now, where it's got a big, powerful message behind it. We get plenty of intricate stories and mind-bending films and all that kind of like that these days, but a film like that, it was just trying to send a powerful message.
Yeah.
And it did it really, really, really well. Yeah.
Well, we'll go back, because obviously you mentioned Robin Williams' performance.
Well, I mentioned Robbie, but...
You mentioned Robbie Williams.
Hey, Robbie Williams at the World Cup.
Doesn't matter. Not important. Robin Williams... Always loved him, like I said, with his comedy stuff, which he's most well known for, but I always did think he was such a brilliant, serious actor, and while he does get recognition for that, I don't think he gets enough. I thought he was amazing in this film. To be honest, I thought all of the main performances in this film, and what made them so great is I totally bought the relationships between all of these actors, and especially Will Hunting, played by Matt Damon, and Sean, I can't remember if it was Maguire, Robin Williams' character, and Matt Damon and Minnie Driver as Skylar. I totally bought into the dynamics between them, and I thought all of the actors played such a brilliant role, and just scenes of, especially Matt Damon and Robin Williams, just talking, and I was so captivated by it. The scene when they're at the park bench, and it's that kind of first moment where Sean's like really getting through to Will, and it's just one take of this big speech of the like you don't know about
past,
love, you don't know about life and stuff like that, and just everything about it, like it just really got through to me.
What I liked in that shot, like you say, it's one shot. It takes forever to pan to Matt Damon's face to see what his reaction is, because it's so focused on Robin Williams for so long. So again, top marks to Robin Williams, because he knows that camera's on him for a long time in that shot. So obviously he had to do everything he could. And like you say, it's just when it pulls in straight away. I'll in that scene, it was as soon as I saw the camera pull, I was like looking for Matt Damon to see what his reaction is in it.
Yeah.
Because it was that powerful what he was saying.
Yeah. While we're on about that scene though, because I've just read this fact here of like when Robin Williams died in 2014, very tragic, great loss and everything. That bench became an impromptu like memorial site, and people just left loads of like flowers and quotes and various items there, like in remembrance for him. And there has actually been a petition going on since he's passed away to get a statue
put there
of Williams there as a memorial thing, and I thought that was quite cool. Like that scene is clearly that powerful. Like, when he passed away, a lot of people associate
it. It's the cover image as well, I think.
Yeah, it's them
two sat there at least.
Back of them into
Another quick one just about that scene, because we're on about it, is like, the park looks suspiciously like kind of empty, considering that there's Robin Williams there, like massive actor. There was actually nearly 3,000 people watching them film that scene.
Out of shot, just like, oh, be quiet.
Yeah. The scene with him and Skylar when they break up as well, like, that's such a powerful scene for both of those actors to play. And you do get it, like, because he's being horrible to her, but we as the audience know the pain behind his character, and it's just him. It's the thing of like he feels backed into a corner, and while she's extending like an arm to help him, he doesn't quite understand that, so he goes back into his defense mechanism, which is just push everybody away. And it's kind of painful to watch, because you know how much these two
clearly care for each other.
And you sat there thinking, just say I love you at the all and get on with it and accept it.
Yeah, I in a weird way, you can probably say that pretty much every scene in the film, it's like a weird chess game. You can clearly see that everything that's happened to Will in his past has forced him to like go through these checks in his head of, right, if that happens, this happens. If I do this, this happens. You can see it in his head. And I think the first scene it really happens, obviously the first time he meets Sean.
Yeah.
First time he meets him, and the back and forth they're having, and then obviously he figures it out. It's wife's his trigger, and now he knows it. It just, every time it came up, I was thinking, right, who's going to flinch first? And then I just felt like that in every scene afterwards.
Well, you have that, like, specifically, don't you, when they start having their sessions, and they talk about that they have that session where just none of them talk.
Yeah.
And Sean is speaking to Stellan Skarsgård's character, and says he has to be the first one to talk.
Yeah.
And it is, like you say, it is like a game, but they both know what they're playing. Yeah. And that's why I like the relationship between Will and Sean, is because it does really start on that like kind of strategic way of them playing it.
Yeah.
But where it's Will playing on the defensive, it's Sean trying to hold back and get him, and trying to get him to make a move.
Yeah.
And because their relationship in this film is arguably the most important one. And I think the way you see it develop throughout the film, because especially with the nature of it being he is his psychologist, we do get it kind of like laid out for us of exactly what the problems are with Will. But in turn, you kind of see the problems of everybody else around him. And the evolution of his character throughout the film, I think it really pays off. Like, the scene near the end where he's just saying to him, "It's not your fault."
Mm-hmm.
And he just keeps repeating that, and then Will eventually breaks down. I think in a lesser film, that would have felt like such a cheap and forced moment.
Cheesy moment.
But you buy into this dynamic of Will finally letting his guard down around Sean because he trusts this person, which is a big deal for his character. And I think they just portray it really well, and I thought every scene for the majority of this film I was just fully captivated.
Yeah.
And just I loved seeing the dynamics between everybody involved.
I think that's why I was yawning when I got up from the chair, because I was just
Drained.
drained.
Like I say, watching the battles between everyone, and
Like I say, I think the only scene where you're not drained and you're not emotionally attached is the fight scene.
yeah, because even then, right at the beginning of the film, it's kind of, it's got all the nice music going over, and there's either like the montages of him figuring out the equations, and it's all real nice and in a weird way, and then it just kind of all switches when he has that fight, and you kind of realise,
There's something wrong with him.
there's that going on there. It's all trying to fix him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think it is a great film. It lives up to the hype.
Yes.
I don't know if there's necessarily a film that's got hype, but it lives up to the praise that it's got over the years. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I know it's going back a bit, so some people could argue against this, but I just think as an actor, Matt Damon gets a lot of crap. A lot of which probably like stems from stuff like Team America, which just he's the butt of the joke. I've always stood by that Matt Damon is an incredibly talented actor, and I think it is films like this where you get to see of exactly what he is capable of when
His true acting ability.
Yeah, and obviously him and Ben Affleck wrote this. They won an Oscar for it. Ben Affleck in it way less than I thought he was.
But he's still just as powerful, especially when he's having his talk with him at the end when they stood at the car, the pickup truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is in it way less.
Yeah, because I thought it was essentially like those two were kind of the main characters, and I knew Robin Williams was in it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was mainly the dynamic between them two. So when he's in it, like, not a great deal. Like, it quite surprised me, but like I say, he did still have like that powerful scene when they're talking, where he's saying about like, if you're still my neighbour in 20 years, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really good, and it kind of shows, because his friends throughout the film are kind of shown as just drunk idiots, losers who were probably like dragging him down.
Dropouts.
But then that was a moment where like, no, these people like realise his potential.
Yeah, the people around him aren't as dumb as he perceives them to be against how smart he is. They understand what's going on around them, especially with him.
Yeah. But no, I was surprised by this film, because I was expecting this to be one of the ones which I was let down by.
Right.
But no, I really enjoyed it. And I didn't know Stellan Skarsgård was in it. I thought he was really good. Robin Williams didn't come into it as soon as I expected. Like,
he's held back for a while, hasn't he?
But what are you?
Looks like Sean's doing some fact checking here for us.
No, I was just checking. Who that was in it.
Checking
Looking at the cast.
There it is.
No, I didn't recognise the director's name though, so I did mean to check what else he's done. Because obviously the buzz around it is that it was written by Matt Damon. And
Thing 1 and Thing 2. But yeah, it was, like I say, a very, very powerful film, very thought-provoking, very kind of makes you think yourself against your own life, and do we do those things, and do we treat people that way, and how do we have similar problems to what they had in the film?
I think it was easy for Robin to play that role as well because now you know of his dark past.
Yeah,
and,
it almost
you know,
not
how
not,
it come to pass. And
yeah,
things
not
like that.
seems bittersweet, but is that why the performance
He
was so
good
good?
at it, yeah.
Because when did it come out?
97.
97. So
Was it all public then? His depression things
No,
like that?
I
Was
don't
it-
think. I don't think his depression was very well known
yeah,
by that point, and I think majority of people didn't really know about it until obviously
he
passed away.
passed. Yeah,
But yeah, you can definitely see it behind his performance, and I think that's part of what makes it so real because he is meant to be playing a character who does feel at a loss, like he feels like
He's still mourning. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think it really shines through in his performance, and which, like I say, is bittersweet because obviously we know how bad it was for him, but then that's a thing, like I say, that makes his performance so genuine and believable. But yeah, so it was kind of a bit sad to watch him in this film because I haven't watched a lot with him in since he's passed away, other than like Hook, which I watch every year.
Aladdin. Well, that's just us singing the song, really.
Yeah.
Let's not do that now on record.
No.
3,
Just
2, 1.
in our own heads.
No. Minnie Driver, who hasn't been in loads.
Yeah.
Like everything. I thought she was brilliant in this. I
if-
thought the chemistry between her and
Yeah, if I
Damon
had to
was
say
brilliant.
what my favourite, I think their relationship is probably my favourite. I don't know why. I think it's just the way you. Well, I don't know because with everyone you see a different side to how Will is with people. For that one, for me, for some reason, it's just my favourite. Just
It's because I think it's because the way they play it, you buy into it. I think you believe it. They don't do like a lot of the typical ways that they portray like budding romances and stuff like that. It is like kind of like genuine thing of they're being goofy with each other and making stupid jokes and
putting on glasses with a red nose.
being really playful with each other. Like I felt all of the scenes with them, it felt more like they just put the camera on those two
and they just
being a couple,
being funny, yeah.
rather than a scripted scene.
Yeah. Are we swaying you around on it, Sean? Do you still feel you need to...
No, I did enjoy it. Like I said, it was a really powerful film, but it's just when you first go and you're like, I think, to be honest, I didn't expect the film to be what it was. I thought it was... Obviously, it is based around his mathematics, but I thought it was going to be more
on
focused on that.
that.
I thought it was going to be more about that. I'd never read the
synopsis.
Yeah. So I didn't know it was more
Meant
about
to
Matt Damon's personal side of things and his character.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be based on the maths, so it's...
To be fair, yeah, I would argue, I would say the same thing. I did think it was going to be more focused on the fact that, he was this genius.
Yeah.
And when you really think about it, while that is like the kind of catalyst for the story, it just set it off, it's not a major focus for the majority of the film. Like, every now and again, it just kind of pops back in and reminds you that, he's, like, really smart.
Really, really smart.
Yeah.
Draws nice circles with lines.
Yeah, I would be interesting because obviously I am not really, really smart. So I have no idea what they're writing with all the maths equations. I would be interested to know is that one of those things of they are genuine math problems and the actual answers, or is it that they've just done it so it looks visually interesting? So that general audience goes, that looks smart. None of us can answer that question.
No. I don't know many.
If anybody can answer that question, it's P.O. Box... No, it's not.
Who even uses a PO box anymore?
I don't know,
Why don't
still
we just
exist.
write it in the comment section?
Below.
Yeah, we have
The
one of
comment
them.
section below, yeah.
You
Down
can still
there
write
somewhere.
P.O. Box at the beginning if you like.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
One of the things I found quite funny when I was looking through facts on this film is apparently when they were shopping the script around production companies, they hid a little thing on, it was like page 60 in the script. They just randomly added a out of nowhere sex scene between Will and Chucky, so Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's character. And when none of the production companies mentioned it until they got to Miramax, when Harvey Weinstein, who is now known as a professional scumbag,
Scallywag.
He was the only person to bring it up, just going, so I only have one question. Why, so far in the script, do these two straight men just have a sex scene?
Have a sex.
And because because this proved that Miramax was the only company that read the script, that's why they chose to go with them. I was like, alright, that seems quite fun. I mean, could have potentially cost them a deal, but are you looking up to see if the math
I am.
the film is right?
Yeah, somebody has actually asked the same question. The math problem that he solved as a janitor in the early scene, was it really that difficult? And some guy said, no, it's not a difficult problem. In reality, it's fairly easy to solve. Then he waffles on and I ain't got a clue.
I was going to say, is it relatively simple to someone who knows what the hell they're on about, whereas us...
But it is correct, though.
1 + 1
Yeah,
2.
he's showing you the working out again. He shows you problem 1, problem 2.
Okay,
yeah.
So at least they can just write off as, well, we've still got, the maths in it is correct, it's not just a bunch of gibberish on a board.
Well, the first one, at least.
Which is quite cool, because a lot of the times in films, when it comes to like science and stuff, they just throw in smart sounding words and hope the audience don't notice.
And usually we don't.
Usually we don't, yeah.
So I think this film gets a good thumbs up from all three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many doorballs for this one, James?
How many doorballs? I didn't realise it was an official doorball rating.
No, it's not.
Out of how many?
Oh, 10 doorballs.
Out of 10 doorballs, we're going for the 10 rating. It's got to be a good 7 or 8 doorballs, this, right?
Yeah. I'd say about 8. I did really
We're
like
not doing
this.
any half doorballs, because
No.
everyone just eats the whole doorball, let's face it.
I don't know, sometimes you get full.
No.
Anyway, doorballs isn't an official ranking.
Yeah, it is now.
It is on our scale, thank you very much.
Christ's sake.
For the true podcast fans out there, you can use the
Yeah,
doorball
all
rating.
like 5 of you regularly watch this.
Thank you for listening.
Cheers, Mum. My mum doesn't listen to this. Yeah. What also is interesting, and this is actually a fact I knew before reading this, the bit where Sean is telling Will about his wife farting in bed was completely ad-libbed by Robin Williams. So Matt Damon's reaction of just out uncontrollable laughter is genuine, and if you're really watching, you can see the camera shaking a bit, and it's because the cameraman was laughing as well. But I think it does play to it, because I thought that scene was really fun, and I was laughing along with it, because I thought, you just caught up in the immersion.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're having such a good time.
It's like one of the final scenes as well, where they're hugging it out.
Yeah.
And it's the, does this cross the line? He's like, if you pat my ass. It's just, it's that serious moment. You've still sort of coming out at that serious moment, and he just throws you out of it.
Yeah.
No. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I will probably watch it again. Maybe not anytime soon, because it was a very emotionally kind of draining movie. But no, I did really enjoy it. Kind of gutted I left it so long to watch, but also then it's kind of nice, because it was a nice surprise. Because like I said, I thought this was going to be one of the films where it let me down. But no, I think this exceeded my expectations.
So did you enjoy this more than Godfather?
Yes, I did, which is probably going to be very controversial. I don't think... I don't rank Godfather as high as a lot of people do.
How many doorballs does it get?
Yeah, how many doorballs does Godfather get? You never actually answered that.
2 doorballs inside of Marlon Brando's face. Because, we're not... This isn't about Godfather. We're not talking about Godfather.
No, but we never just asked, actually.
Yeah.
How you rated it?
Because it's not an official rating, and it's not something we're going to carry on
Okay, an
using.
unofficial rating.
Alright.
It's not something we're going to carry on using, but we'll bring it up next week.
Exactly.
It's alright, we don't do this weekly, so what are you two? I don't know who two you were talking to.
With doorball rating on them. We are, you're not.
Yeah.
You're very optimistic of how successful this podcast is.
Hey, I can dream, can't I?
Shake.
Pat on the head.
There's a sarcastic pat on the head there for anybody.
For all you audio listeners, or only audience that we can have, because they won't let me set up a camera. Stupid Sean. Any final thoughts before we close this off?
No?
Great film. Absolutely still, like I said, absolutely still love it. Yeah, just great film. I can't praise it enough.
No, I would. If you haven't seen this already, I would recommend.
I don't think I've come.
I mean, we've just spoiled it. If you haven't seen it,
I don't think I've come across many people who have watched it and said they didn't like it. But again, I don't think I've asked many people about it.
It's difficult to just bring up in conversation.
Hey. So, to end the episode, Ross signing off.
I completely forgot what I do as an outro.
Well, can this be the outro?
I don't know. Yeah, well, that was episode 5? I don't know. Maybe. I think it's 5.
For what?
No, it's 5.
Is it?
Episode 5 of films I should have seen with Good Will Hunting. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't like it, just do it anyway, because,
It helps us.
It's nice. But
There's a thumbs down option on YouTube as well.
don't tell them that.
No, but I mean, at least we know people are still listening.
I'd rather not know.
Okay.
I just like living blissful ignorance. I assume that everybody who listens to this enjoys it. Anyway, speak to you next time.
Ciao.